Welcome to Read and Learn English. Today, we will hear an amazing story about one of the most famous brands in the world, Nike. You may have seen Nike shoes, clothes, or advertisements. You may even know the words, "Just do it." But do you know how Nike became so successful? When you hear the name Nike, what comes to your mind first? Do you think about running shoes? Do you think about athletes or sports competitions? Or do you think about those three simple words, "Just do it"? These words are more than a slogan. They are a message that inspires millions of people all over the world. Nike is a global brand today, but it did not start this way. Success did not come quickly. In fact, Nike's journey began very small. It started with one young man, a simple idea, and a lot of effort. This story shows us an important lesson. Success does not start with success. It starts with trying, learning, and never giving up. The slogan, "Just do it," is short, but powerful. It encourages people to take action. It tells people not to wait for the perfect moment. It tells them to start now, even if it feels difficult. These words are not only about sports, they are about life. They are about believing in yourself, taking risks, and moving forward. As you listen to this story, think about your own goals. Think about the small steps you can take today. Nike's journey can inspire you. It can teach you that every big success begins with one small step, one brave action, and one dream. Phil Knight was not a rich man. He was not famous. He was a young student with a simple life and a quiet dream. He studied business, but he also loved sports. Running was an important part of his life. When he ran, he felt free. He felt focused. Sports taught him discipline and patience. These lessons stayed with him for many years. At that time, good running shoes were very expensive. Most of them came from Europe. Many runners could not afford them. Phil noticed this problem. He asked himself a simple question. Why can't there be better shoes at a lower price? This question stayed in his mind. He did not know the answer yet, but he felt that the idea was important. While studying, Phil learned about business and trade. He learned how products move from one country to another. Slowly, an idea began to grow. He thought about importing running shoes from Japan. Japanese shoes were good quality. They were also cheaper. Phil believed these shoes could help athletes. He believed people would buy them. This idea was not big or exciting at first. It was just a thought. But Phil took it seriously. He wrote about it. He studied it. He imagined how it could work in real life. Many people around him did not believe in the idea. They thought it was risky. They thought it was impossible. But Phil did not stop thinking about it. After finishing his studies, Phil decided to try. He did not have much money. He did not have an office. He did not have employees. But he had belief. He used his small savings to start the business. It was not easy. Every decision felt heavy. Every mistake felt expensive. Still, he moved forward. Phil did not wait to feel ready. He did not wait for perfect conditions. He started with what he had. His dream was simple. He wanted to help runners. He wanted to build something meaningful. This was the first step of a long journey. A journey that began with one man, one dream, and very little money. In the early days, Nike did not exist. The company was called Blue Ribbon Sports. It was not a big business. It was not even a real store. It was just Phil Knight and a few boxes of shoes. He did not have a team. He did not have advertisements. He only had his product and his belief. Phil traveled from place to place. He drove his car for many hours. The shoes were in the back of his car. When he saw runners, he stopped and talked to them. He showed them the shoes. He explained why they were different. He sold them face to face. This was not easy work. Many people said no. Some people were not interested. Some people did not trust a new brand. The days were long. Phil woke up early and returned home late. Sometimes he sold many shoes. Sometimes he sold none. The profits were very small. Often, there was no profit at all. Most of the money went back into the business. There was always something to pay for. New shoes, gas, travel. Nothing felt stable. There were moments of doubt. Phil felt tired. He felt worried. He asked himself hard questions. Is this worth it? Should I stop? The business was not growing fast. Success did not come quickly. Many people would have quit at this point. Many people would have chosen an easier life. But Phil believed in the dream. He believed in the product. He believed in runners. Every small sale gave him hope. Every happy customer gave him strength. He knew success takes time. He understood that real progress is slow. Selling shoes from a car may seem small. It may seem unimportant. But this was the foundation. This was the training stage. These difficult days built discipline. They built patience. They built character. Even without success, Phil kept moving forward. This belief would later change everything. As the business continued, problems began to appear. The shoes were not perfect. Some of them broke easily. Some customers were unhappy. They returned the shoes. They complained about the quality. For Phil, this was painful. He cared deeply about runners. He wanted to help them, not disappoint them. Every complaint felt heavy. It felt personal. Phil knew that trust was important. Without trust, there was no future. He tried to fix the problems. He talked to suppliers. He looked for better solutions. But fixing mistakes costs money, and money was already a problem. The debt slowly grew. Each new order required more payment. Each delay created more pressure. Phil often felt stressed. He worried every day. He worried about bills. He worried about the future. Sometimes he could not sleep well at night. Phil went to banks for help. He asked for loans. He explained his vision. But the banks did not believe in him. They saw a small business with problems. They saw risk, not potential. Again and again, the answer was no. Each refusal made the situation worse. Doubt entered his mind. Should he continue? Was this business a mistake? Was the dream too big? These questions were hard to ignore. Walking away would be easier. A normal job would bring peace. But deep inside, Phil felt something strong. He believed that problems were part of the journey. He believed mistakes were lessons. Even under pressure, he did not give up. These difficult moments tested his courage. They tested his patience. And they prepared him for the challenges ahead. After many problems, Phil knew something had to change. Selling shoes was not enough anymore. Depending on others was too risky. The company needed control. It needed its own ideas. This was a difficult decision, but also an important one. Phil decided to design their own shoes. This new direction was not easy. Designing shoes required knowledge, time, and money. But it also brought freedom. Now the team could focus on quality. They could think about performance. They could listen to athletes and improve every detail. The goal was simple. Make better shoes for runners. One day, a small idea created a big change. Phil's coach was thinking about how to improve shoe grip. He looked at a waffle maker in the kitchen. The pattern gave him an idea. What if the bottom of a shoe had the same shape? This simple moment led to the waffle sole. It was light. It was strong. It helped runners move better. This idea was risky. No one had tried it before. Many people were unsure. Some were afraid it would fail. But Phil believed in innovation. He believed that new ideas create progress. Instead of fear, he chose courage. Taking risks is never comfortable. It brings uncertainty. It brings criticism. But playing safe had already failed. This turning point changed everything. By thinking differently, the company moved forward. By choosing innovation, they created a future. This moment marked the beginning of real growth. For a long time, the company was called Blue Ribbon Sports. The name was simple, but it did not feel strong. It did not feel powerful. As the business grew, Phil knew something was missing. The company needed a new identity. It needed a name that people could remember. It needed a name that could stand for something bigger. Changing the name was not an easy decision. A name carries meaning. A wrong name can confuse people. But keeping the old name felt limiting. The company was changing. The vision was growing. So the name also had to change. The new name was Nike. It came from Greek mythology. Nike was the goddess of victory. This meaning was perfect. It connected to sports. It connected to winning. It connected to effort and success. The name was short. It was strong. It was easy to say and easy to remember. With the new name came a new feeling. Nike was not just a shoe company anymore. It became a symbol. It represented movement. It represented ambition. It represented the desire to win, not only in sports, but in life. This was the beginning of a strong brand identity. Phil learned an important lesson. Products matter, but identity matters too. People do not only buy shoes, they buy meaning. They buy stories. Branding is about emotion. It is about connection. By choosing the right name, Nike created a powerful image. This decision helped the company stand out and move forward with confidence. As Nike continued to grow, the company wanted a message. It wanted words that could speak to everyone, not only athletes, not only professionals, but ordinary people too. The goal was simple: inspire people to move, to try, and to act. The slogan, "Just Do It," was created with this idea in mind. It was short. It was clear. It did not explain too much. It did not give instructions. It simply pushed people forward. 3 small words carried a big meaning. People connected with this message quickly. Life is full of excuses. Fear stops many people. Doubt makes people wait. Just Do It cuts through all of that. It tells people to stop overthinking. It tells them to take the first step, even if they are not ready. This message gave people courage. It reminded them that action is more important than perfection. You do not need to be the best. You only need to start. This idea touched people's hearts. It made them feel strong. It made them feel capable. Nike understood the power of words. A slogan is not just a sentence. It is a feeling. It is a promise. Just Do It became more than marketing. It became a mindset. It helped build the brand. It gave Nike a voice. Through these simple words, Nike inspired millions and turned a message into a movement. After creating its own shoes and the powerful slogan, "Just Do It," Nike began working closely with athletes. Phil knew that athletes were the best example of what the brand could offer. He talked to runners, basketball players, and trainers. He listened carefully to their advice. He wanted to make shoes that helped them perform better. This was not just business, it was a partnership. Trust became very important. Athletes needed to trust Nike to give them the best quality shoes. Customers also needed to trust the brand. Phil worked hard to build this trust. Every new shoe had to be better than the last. Every design had to meet high standards. People noticed the effort. They began to believe in Nike. Nike's popularity began to grow. Athletes shared their experiences with friends and fans. People saw the brand in competitions, on tracks, and in stadiums. Slowly, Nike moved from being a small company to a brand recognized around the world. Its message and quality reached millions. The growth did not happen overnight. It required consistency and discipline. Phil and his team worked every day. They improved designs, studied customers, and solved problems. They never gave up, even when challenges appeared. This steady effort helped Nike become the global brand it is today. It shows that true success comes from hard work, trust, and long-term dedication. Even after Nike became successful, the journey was not easy. There were many challenges along the way. One of the biggest problems was competition. Other shoe brands were already popular. They had money, factories, and loyal customers. Nike had to work hard to stand out. It was not enough to have good shoes. Nike needed new ideas, better designs, and strong marketing. Public criticism was another challenge. People sometimes doubted the brand. Some journalists said Nike would fail. Some athletes tried other brands. The pressure was always there. Every decision felt risky. Every mistake was noticed. Phil and his team had to deal with stress every day. Mistakes were common. Some shoes failed. Some campaigns did not work. But Nike learned from every mistake. They listened to feedback. They fixed problems quickly. They improved designs and strategies. Each failure became a lesson. Each problem became an opportunity to grow. Staying strong during hard times was essential. Success is not only about winning, it is about continuing when times are tough. Phil and his team believed in their vision. They did not give up, even when things seemed impossible. This courage and persistence helped Nike survive challenges and continue climbing toward the top. Nike's story shows that obstacles are part of success. Competition, criticism, and mistakes are not the end. They are lessons. They are tests. How we respond to challenges determines the future of any dream. Today, Nike is known all over the world. People in almost every country recognize the name and the logo. It is not just a company that sells shoes. It has become a symbol of determination, effort, and success. Its influence goes far beyond sports. Nike is more than shoes. It is a lifestyle brand. People wear Nike clothes and shoes not only to play sports, but also in daily life. Nike inspires a way of thinking. It encourages people to try, to move, and to reach their goals. The brand shows that style and purpose can go together. Nike has inspired millions of people. Athletes see it as a symbol of hard work. Students see it as motivation to keep going. Ordinary people see it as a reminder to take action in life. The message of "just do it" reaches everyone, everywhere. It motivates people to believe in themselves. The story of Nike teaches an important lesson. Success is not only about money. Success is about influence, effort, and vision. It is about helping people, inspiring others, and leaving a mark in the world. Nike shows that when a dream is big and persistent, it can grow into something much larger than a business. It can become a global inspiration. Nike's story teaches many important lessons for business and life. One of the first lessons is to start small and be patient. Phil Knight did not begin with a big factory or millions of dollars. He started with a few boxes of shoes in the back of his car. Success took time. Small steps, taken every day, eventually led to something huge. Another lesson is that failure is part of success. Nike faced many problems: bad shoes, unhappy customers, debt, and competition. Each failure could have ended the company. But Phil and his team learned from their mistakes. They improved their products and tried again. Failure was not the end. It was a teacher. Innovation matters. Nike did not succeed by copying others. They succeeded by creating new ideas. The waffle sole, better designs, and their focus on performance made their shoes different. Innovation helped them stand out in a crowded market. It showed that creativity and new thinking are essential for growth. Finally, strong beliefs create strong brands. Phil believed in his vision. He believed in runners. He believed in quality and performance. This belief gave Nike a clear identity and purpose. Customers could feel this vision. They trusted the brand. Strong beliefs not only guide a business but also inspire people to support it. Nike's journey shows that small beginnings, learning from failure, innovation, and strong beliefs are key to building a successful business. These lessons are simple but powerful, and they can help anyone, whether starting a company, pursuing a dream, or learning something new. Nike's story is not only about business, it can also teach us lessons about life and learning English. Learning a language is a journey, just like building a company. It starts small, with simple steps, and grows over time with effort and patience. One important lesson is that progress comes from daily action. Phil Knight did not become successful overnight. He worked every day, even when it was hard. Similarly, learning English requires regular practice. Reading a little each day, listening, speaking, and writing consistently will create progress. Small actions add up over time. Confidence grows with practice. When Phil started selling shoes, he was unsure and nervous. But as he learned and practiced, he became confident. The same happens with English. Speaking with others, making mistakes, and learning from them builds confidence. The more you practice, the more comfortable you become. Finally, the idea of just do it applies perfectly to English learners. Do not wait for the perfect time. Do not wait until you feel ready. Start now. Speak, read, listen, and write. Take action every day, even in small steps. Action is more important than waiting for perfection. Nike's journey reminds us that dreams and goals are achieved through effort, persistence, and courage. Learning English is similar. Believe in yourself, practice daily, and take action. Just like Nike, your consistent effort will lead to success. The story of Nike shows us something very important. Success is not about luck or talent alone. It is about action, courage, and belief. Phil Knight started with very little, but he kept moving forward. He learned from mistakes, faced challenges, and never gave up. This is the secret behind every success story. You can apply the same lesson to your life. Learning English, reaching a goal, or achieving a dream all begins with one small step. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to have everything ready. What matters is that you start and keep going. Small steps every day create big changes over time. Take action now. Read a story. Speak a sentence. Listen to English. Write a short paragraph. Each action builds confidence. Each step brings you closer to your goal. Remember, the journey is as important as the result. The effort you put in today will shape your success tomorrow. Believe in yourself. Trust the process. Even when it is difficult, even when you feel slow, keep moving forward. Like Nike, your consistent effort can turn a small idea into a great achievement. You can create your own story of success. So, just do it. Take that first step today. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep believing. Your journey is yours, and it can lead to something amazing. Every step you take matters. Every effort counts. Your dream is possible. Success begins with action, and it begins with you.